customers are looking for it to be as easy as possible for them to make the booking, and I think the first job there, as Lesley said, is to be discoverable online, make sure your content is seasonal. So we have amazing seasons in Scotland, make sure that you update your content as we go throughout the year to reflect what it actually looks like. And I think that's a key to making sure customers convert. The thing with companies like ourselves is we have people in Scotland that are here to help, and pick up the phone and speak to us. There's also channel managers that have to be your sort of first step to getting online. There's channel managers based here in Scotland and in England that will you'll be able to pick up the phone and speak to them and ask for assistance to be able to get online.
Tell us what a channel manager actually does.
Yes, so they take your rates that you decide on throughout the year and display them on any channel that you want. So once you sign up with a channel manager, they'll give you a system where you upload your rates, and then they'll ask what channels you want to send it out to. And sometimes,
so for example, what channels are we looking at?
So OTAs mostly, so it'll be your online presence that channel managers will help you with. I think it's a huge step first to getting online is to decide on your channel manager, and then what I would say with channel managers as well as shop around. There's lots of different options. Channel managers that suit a 5-bedroom B&B won't suit a 150-bedroom hotel. So shop around, make sure you find the right fit for your business.
Equally, I should point out that Visit Scotland also offers support through our industry relationship managers, so they'll be able to let you know who we're working with and the pros and cons potentially of some of those suppliers.
But the broader trends, as you mentioned earlier, Lesley, in your trends document, wellness. And this is something that's hugely valuable, isn't it, to the tourism industry?
Yep, and the reason that we've chosen to focus on wellness as a trend for this year is previously it's been treated as an individual trend. We had things like digital detox, which is now known commonly as people wanting to use their holiday to get away from the speed of life. Now we've focused on wellness as an issue because it has become a cultural shift. It's changing everyone's lives and your customers' expectations of their trip. The potential for visitors, for businesses in Scotland is massive. It's grown to over $640 billion industry worldwide and is growing twice as fast as global tourism internationally. So there's a real potential to get some high spend visitors coming through your doors.
Yeah, that's a big statistic. I think we've got that. They're just growing twice as fast as global international tourism, and they are high spending tourists, aren't they? It's not just that it's growing twice as fast; it's that they are really valuable. Yep. They're spending a lot more money. They're I think according to the GWI in 2017. On average, international wellness tourists spend 53% more per trip than the typical international tourist, and actually the premium for domestic wellness tourists is even higher, 178% more than your average domestic tourist. Yep. That's huge.
Massive opportunity for businesses. Key international markets as well leave Scotland well placed to capitalise on this trend because there's two core existing markets that are really strong for wellness tourism, the USA and Germany, and then we also have two of our emerging markets, India and China, that are up there in terms of wellness and looking for those experiences as part of a trip.
We should say at this stage, what is wellness tourism?
So wellness tourism, and I'll double check my notes so I get it right, is any type of wellness trip or travel that gives the benefit or improves the balance of an individual's life. So we've addressed issues concerning your own personal mindfulness and outlook on life, activities that might add to your personal knowledge or grow your understanding of a region or of yourself, and also of those changes that then impact on the consumer's expectation. So things like travelling as part of your family rather than by yourself, or potentially if you are looking to discover something about yourself, travelling alone. So it really is a wide-ranging topic that leaves lots of opportunity for businesses to capitalise on. I think one of the easiest trends to understand is everyone will have seen around them the move to people wanting to be more environmentally aware and considerate, and that speaks to, or is specifically relevant when you're travelling, because people are aware of the carbon footprint of travel, either domestically or if they're flying from an international, flying to an international destination. So people are looking for things that offset or counterbalance that impact that they're potentially having on the environment. That could be as simple as you'll have seen in bars, we don't have plastic straws anymore, so zero waste businesses, or if you're using local or sustainable produce in your restaurant or cafe. The organisation Green Tourism can offer a lot of support for businesses, and they also have a little tool on their website that lets you check up on the health of your green credentials.
Mm-hmm. So if it's stuff you're already doing, shout about it, because
Exactly.
people are really interested. So
Yep.
that's a practical step you can take if you're already doing these things.
Increasingly, we're finding that visitors are travelling not specifically for Scotland's weather, but to experience different weather types.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we've seen an increase in people looking for the Northern Lights, for example, and other weather phenomena, rather than just it always rains there.
So there you go, Anna. That's using our natural resources is a good way to tap into the wellness trend.
Some research that we did, and also speaks to some research Expedia have done, specifically looking at the millennial generation, although what we've found is that's such a large generation now that their sort of behaviours are becoming a societal norm. And there's been a lot of talk around how budget aware millennials are because they grew up in times of austerity, maybe not had the same financial benefits as some of the generations that have come before them. So they tend to save specifically for travel, and then will moderate that spending in line with what their own personal interests are. So what you're finding is, for example, they'll be staying in a hostel but they'll be eating in 5-star restaurants because they're a foodie, or they're splurging on a specific hobby or activity but then they're eating at more high street chains. So you can get the spend from them, but you just have to be a wee bit more selective and offer them that opportunity to personalise and to selectively splurge on what interests them.